Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rabakah HaKodash, double understood apostles, a great millstone, who do rule well. Peace, love, and blessings to the brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make their call and election sure, and blessings to the very few sisters out there that listen, learning, and believing. I'm thy fellow Abe Kanakla, coming at you once again with another lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushui's lessons edifying and exhorting. And as you can see, we hasten in a day. World War III, the war to end all wars, all right, because it will be fought with a particular type of weaponry that was designed to end worlds, man. Okay, and by world I mean dominions, because they always say, you know, if we have this war that basically that we be thrown back into the Stone Age, but as you can see here, it says U.S. deploys B-2 stealth bombers in Diego Garcia and tensions with Houthis. Okay, ventures with Palkai Sharma. Well, you see here, and whether it's true or not, they say Iran is backing the Houthis, or Iran supports them, or they're allies of Iran. But the key point is Iran. You can see here in this video 2 hours ago, massive B-2 bomber deployment. Iran about to hit hard. So go right ahead, man. But we know one prophecy has to take place before this does. So we like to believe that that chip is even closer. Lord willing, man. We if they continue to go on with this and do what they're gonna do, trust me. Hey, we could be out of here very, very soon. This could actually, as Elder Tahar coined the year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment of Esau, Edom. This could actually take place. Okay? So I'm going to play a little bit of this video.
The US president is pushing for peace in Ukraine, but he's got other plans for West Asia. Donald Trump is preparing for an escalation, and his target are the Houthis in Yemen. The US is already bombing them, but it is also planning for something bigger. Why do I say this? Because the Indian Ocean is buzzing. American B-2 stealth bombers are in the region. They landed in Diego Garcia. It's a remote island in the Indian Ocean. It serves as a joint base for the UK and the US, and it has been a hub of intense activity of late. The first reports came from open source flight trackers. They tracked unusual movement involving at least 7 B-2 bombers. These planes took off from Missouri in the US, from the Whiteman Air Force Base, and they flew non-stop to Diego Garcia in Africa.
So you see where it flew, right? And was building with the brothers yesterday at was it yesterday at class, and I had ended up searching up this information, right? And basically we were saying that if they deploying B-2 stealth bombers, they mean business, because you don't just fly those for no reason. So real quick, B-2 Spirit stealth bomber, the most expensive aircraft ever built. Come on, costs over $2 billion per unit. So that was 2, 4, 6. That was six of them. So $6 billion flying in the air with an operational cost. And this is the kicker, of $135,000 per hour of flight time. Come on, man. Per hour, it costs 6 figures per hour. Now you times that by 3, okay? And then times it by how many hours it took for them to get to that island over there. So we was just making a point to deploy these. It says the most expensive aircraft ever built. To deploy these, they mean business, man. Okay? They mean business. All right?
And they weren't alone, these planes. They were joined by 3 C-17 cargo planes and 10 aerial refueling tankers. That's some serious aerial movement. The U.S.
Serious aerial movement. So man, Lord willing, man.
has 20 B-2 bombers in total, 20 bombers. Now, 30% of that fleet is in Diego Garcia. Clearly, something big is brewing. These bombers are not for power projection. They are meant for penetrating enemy airspace and delivering heavy payloads undetected. That is their purpose. It has been done time and again. In the 2 Gulf Wars, the Iraq War, and in Afghanistan. Clearly, they've been tasked for action again, and the Houthis seem to be the target this time. But why the B-2s? Because they are well versed with the region. These are stealth bombers, and they have bombed Yemen before. The airstrikes were conducted in October last year. Trump was not in the White House then, but he is now, and Trump wants to send a message that he is serious about the Houthis and Iran.
The Houthis are absolutely on the run. The worst of them has been killed as they shoot missiles at ships, randomly shoot missiles at ships. And they make their own missiles. You know, this is not an incompetent group of people. They make their own missiles. They get the missiles also from Iran.
You may be wondering about the deployment. Why the B-2 stealth bombers in Diego Garcia? Why aren't they closer to Yemen? It's simple. It's more strategic than any American base in West Asia. The distance protects the island. Diego Garcia is more than 3,500 kilometers away from Yemen and about 4,000 kilometers from Iran. So it's safe from any retaliation. None of the Iranian or Houthi ballistic missiles can reach as far as Diego Garcia. So the Americans do not have to worry about defense. They can be in offensive mode. The B-2 stealth technology is too advanced for Houthi radars. They will remain undetected as they drop bombs, and they can return to the island safely. But the build-up at Diego Garcia is part of a broader strategy. The U.S. is flooding West Asia with more assets. An additional aircraft carrier strike group is being deployed. The USS Carl Vinson.
And we'll leave it there because I want to get some precepts, and now I'll watch this later.
Iran thought it could have its cake and eat.
All right, this was 2 hours ago. All right, so let's get these precepts, man. Call hello, Yahabashim Yashai. It's Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. It says, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And once they go to war with Iran, pursuing a biblical prophecy, Russia is going to protect them and guard them. Okay? And that's what America's going to become, a complete desolation, man. When these weapons of mass destruction are shot off, starting with Russia, China, India, all his allies, and then even America's own allies are going to turn on him. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon. All right, that trap, the Lord has laid it for you because your mind is set. That greed, you know, makes me think about, let's get that real fast, Habakkuk. Because it's the greed. You wanna take over the Middle East. Is when you bombing the hell out of Yemen and talking about, oh, it's completely war torn and it's gonna be ours. Yeah, because you fucking bombed the shit out of them, man. Now you gonna take it now. That's what you do. Covet fills. Habakkuk 2. I gotta start at 3. Have to. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, and we're in that appointed time. But the end shall speak and not lie. And these words haven't never lied, man. It says, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he, who is he, Esau, Edom. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. All right, and it's more so metaphorically speaking. Okay, his philosophies, his way of life, his democracy. Okay, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. And as you can see, America's everywhere else but at home. It says, who enlarges his desire is his hell. And that's what he brought to Yemen. And that's what he brought all over the world. Okay, hell. But, focus on the war at hand. That's what he brought to Yemen. It's completely destroyed, man. It says, who enlarges his desire is hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Okay? They won't stop. Because they're carnal. And remember, you can never satisfy the flesh. It's going to want more and more and more. It's ongoing. It says, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right? And that's what he does. I got to keep reading. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And what he said? Oh yeah, man, we're going to own it. They asked him, are you going to purchase it? He says, nothing to purchase. It's ours. After you bomb the hell out of and displace, if not millions of people, kill women and children, blowing up hospitals and schools and everything. And that's what they do. It's the same formula. They bomb the shit out of you, destroy your infrastructure. That way they know you don't have the money nor the means or the resources to build back. And they cripple you. And where you going to take it? All right, so-called Israeli expansion of the East. That's all they're trying to do. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that thick clay is debt, man. America is surrounded in debt. It says, shall thee not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them? Is the point. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, and of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. All right? And this is it. Because they get control over Iran. When Iran is in a strategic place in the east. Most definitely, importantly, the Strait of Hormuz, okay, where a large percentage or a key percentage of fuel and cargo and supplies goes through that strait. Okay, so if America basically gets control over Iran, they will control the Middle East or Eastern Asia. Okay, so you see they moving in for it. But back in Jeremiah 50 verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken. O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, who they call God. They've striven against him. Okay, here it is. The Bible is supposed to be the law of the land, but this is a completely God-forsaken country. Okay, just because Trump in there and he so-called saying, oh, there's only two genders and this, that, and the third. It's all facade. Okay, just to give you hope that things will get better. Then most of you are finding out now. Well, then you're gonna find out that it was a lie. Jeremiah 50:25, the Lord hath opened his armory. It's talking about those missiles. And hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation, because those nukes are basically modern day fire and brimstone, as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, made fire come from the heavens. So the Most High just gave Esau, Edom that technology to bring forth that great destruction, because that technology is from the heavens, man. The splitting of an atom, something you can't even see, but yet you manage to split it in half and to create this type of energy that's unlimited power, so to say. You know, it says, brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord. So this is the work of the Lord, man. Okay? Isaiah 54:16. This is the work of the Lord of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. So the Lord is going to do the work on Babylon the Great, aka America. It says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing be left of her. All right. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. All right. And you know, use that that terminology, her bullocks. You know, bulls is a sacrifice, a burnt sacrifice. And that's what America is going to be in the sight of the Heavenly Father, a burnt sacrifice. Jeremiah 50:28, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yashar, our God, the vengeance of his temple. And who is his temple? The people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. Look what America did to the Native Americans, the so-called Hispanics, Latinos. And then what they brought the other their counterparts, their brothers, the Negroes, West Indians, Haitians over here, and butchered them. All right, and it had no end to it. So this is the vengeance of the Lord temple, his people. Called together the archers against Babylon. The archers is talking about the missiles. And all ye that bend the bow, come against it. And all ye, so including her own allies, bend the bow, come against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done, do unto her. For she hath been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. Okay? So this great destruction that these prophets spoke about didn't happen to ancient Babylon. So this is the prophetic Babylon, aka America, which they're on the heels of prophecy, man. All right? It's at the door. So Lord willing, they continue to go on and push forward this war. Lord willing, they strike Iran. You know, Lord willing, because we're going to be out of here soon. So with that, Lord's will that fine, giving all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, the one set apostles, a great millstone, peace and love to the elect. Shalom.